welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I'd like to say thank you for those 2 million listeners that we have reached as of today. Thank you all for tuning in, for subscribing, for being a part of the show, My Celebrity Life. I go by the name of Ge Holla. It's not Gula, it's not GeHolla, not GeHolla, but Ge Holla. You'll find this interview on GeHolla.com. That's GeHolla. But enough of that. We have a wonderful and a super cool guest, a VIP guest, who is on the line with us today. He goes by the name of Mathew Knowles, which is also known as Beyonce and Solange's father. But other than him being a great Abba, as they would say in Africa, in indigenous lands, and a great father, this man is a wonderful author, great professor, beautiful lecturer, public speaker, entrepreneur. Well, I like to say entrepreneur, but hey, entrepreneur, music executive, artist manager, and also founder of the Music World Entertainment, MWE. I want you guys to make sure you check that out. He has, in his career, has exceeded up to 450 million sales worldwide, and have worked with a lot of greats. You're talking about Shaka Khan, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the OJs, Destiny's Child, Solange, and Beyonce, his 2 children, of course, just to name a few. But we got him on the line today because we want to actually speak about his book, which dropped actually December 2nd. And you make sure you go to his website, which is MathewKnowles.com. And you can also go to Barnes & Nobles and Amazon to pick up that great literary work. And it's literally called Destiny Child, or DC, The Untold Story. By Dr. Mathew Knowles, because he also has this PhD. We want to make sure that we keep that element going so you all know. Now, I know you probably say, hey, we know about his daughter. We know about Solange. We know about Beyonce, the Beehive. We got it down pat. But what you don't know is the untold story. How is greatness made? Yeah, some people will argue and they will say some people are born great. And others will argue and say some people learn how to be great. I think it's a little bit of both. Where would we be, just for one moment? I want everyone to imagine this. Where would we be without parental help? Now, some of us have your traditional mother, father. Some people have which is now more traditional, I guess, your big mamas or your grandmothers and your grandfathers. And some of us are raised by the streets. And sometimes that could be a good or a negative thing as well. You may have what they call your big homie or your older partner who's going to show you the ways of the world and things of that nature. But there's nothing like having that same lineage of mother and father to go to and to speak to about all of your problems and the world issues that you go through. Now, a lot of times us as children, we really don't realize the problems and things that we go through are not subjugated or inherently ours of our own. Sometimes our parents are going through the same thing. So if you want to time travel in your mind and you really think about it, well, no matter what age you may be 25, and think about the things that you know. Even with all this technology that's around us, because a lot of us don't access it and go into it, your parents, even if they were 25 in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and 90s, whatever, depending upon how old you are, they were going through the same struggles, trying to understand life. That is a beautiful narrative. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely want to welcome a great griot in African times, who was known as a historian and a writer. We also want to introduce a wonderful father, a brilliant entrepreneur or entrepreneur, also an artist manager. He's also the founder of the Music World Entertainment, MWE. He's a professor, he's a lecturer, and a public speaker. And one of his greatest gifts, or many of his greatest gifts that he's given to the world, not only besides Beyonce and Solange, is his very wisdom that we get a chance to tap into right now and get a connection and get an understanding of Mr. Mathew Knowles. Please go to his website, MathewKnowles.com, and Barnes & Nobles and Amazon to pick up his book. It is called Destiny Child, The Untold Story. He has sold over 450 million record sales, working with some major people, Shaka Khan, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the OJs, Destiny Child. Now, if you're a little too young, you don't know who Shaka Khan, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the OJs are, I definitely encourage you to get out there and to research and read. And first, in order to do that, you got to get this book. That's going to be your first foundation steps to making this happen. But if you're driving in Georgia or any place like Georgia, I do want to say this, and you're listening to this podcast and this broadcast because we did have a chance to reach 2 million listeners. Please drive hands-free, and let's not get pulled over while we're listening to this wonderful information that's about to be presented to us. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, could you all please welcome to the show Mr. or Dr. Mathew Knowles. How you doing this afternoon, sir?
I'm great, G. What a great introduction, man. Thank you.
I often say this. When someone comes to your house, we got to lay out the mac and cheese and the greens and whatever you eat. If you don't eat any of the soul food, we got to give you something nourishing and make sure that you feel wanted and welcome. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I certainly feel welcome, so I look forward to that interview.
All right, let's get to it. I know you're under the weather, but that's okay. We're going to make it happen. Mr. Knowles.
Follow GeHolla, that's GeHolla. Also, my website is www.geholla.com. Always holler at me when you see me out. GeHolla, holla.